When I first started to teach yoga, it wasn't for my community. It was more selfishness for myself. I was not in the best relationship, and we were in a lot of debt. We were living above our lifestyle. We had a lot of debt. So he had not a side hustle. He had a job on it. He had a side hustle. Let's call it what it is. He had a side hustle, and he was encouraging me to use my skills to get a side hustle. And I was not very happy about teaching in public school, but I'm still sticking it through a little bit more. Um, so he, so I was brainstorming what skill sets can I use now to kind of bring more money into my household to kind of keep up with the Joneses. And instead, I set up my yoga for kids and tutoring services, and I got nothing for about a year, which I'm so grateful for. I got nothing at all. I had the certifications, I had for the teaching education, but it was very hard for me to start it, and it wasn't until the relationship collapsed, and I had to move back home, and I still had a bunch of debt, and now I had this debt kind of on my own, but I wasn't kind of looking. I was kind of pursuing a business outlet, but I was also kind of honing my skills. I went back to yoga, and it was very helpful and beneficial for me. And I started to actually sit down, meditate, prayer, do yoga more, and kind of figure out what I want. And I stopped selling myself, and I started to make this more for my community, because it was always my community who embraced me when I had nothing. And I found, because I was between blessings, because I was between blessings at the time, and I kind of am still somewhat, but I'm getting back to a greater part of myself and learning that I don't really need that much. Because I was between blessings, I would find donation based yoga. I would find um, community center classes. I met the yoga mentor I have right now. I met her kind of at the community Pan African Center, and it taught me a lot about community and how I wanted to represent my yoga, what I want to do with my yoga. I wanted to center it holistically for kids and people who really needed it and who don't really have access to it. So that's how I kind of show up to my community now, is I try to make yoga accessible for my community and introduce children who don't really always have yoga. I try to make that available for them.